welcome to the Quitcast for authors. My name is Becca Syme, and I'm the host around here. And I want to welcome you to this channel specifically because we're about to start our 6th year of the Quitcast. And I feel on some level like we're just getting started. So I want to give you a little bit of an introduction to this channel in particular. We specialize around here in helping authors find the success that they're looking for. And the way that we get there is often by something we call question the premise, which is, I think there's an assumption in the larger world out there that there's one best practice that works for every single person. And if I can just figure out what that best practice is, if I can just learn this methodology to a finite enough level, that I will be able to master it. And if it works for you, if the particular methodology, plotting, pantsing, outlining, intuitive writing, whatever it is, if it does work for you, then yes, if you learn that to its fullest, you absolutely will be able to utilize it fully. But there's something called alignment that gets in the way. And what that means is you are wired in a particular way that makes you better at some things than at other things. And when you are working in the areas where you are the strongest, then you are going to get naturally better at a more significant level. And you're going to naturally have instinctive talents that you can just develop easier. And the reason that we focus so hard on trying to align ourselves with that particular type of wiring is because I've been coaching for so long at this point that it feels like I've been coaching for my whole life, but more than a decade have been coaching writers. And I've coached more than 6,000 individual authors. And specifically what I see, there is no such thing as a best practice. And so the reason we question the premise around here, so you're going to see some episodes that are things like, should I write every day, or should I be outlining or not? Things like that. Because what I found is true about writers is that once we get into this sweet spot space for ourselves, we have no problems doing what we need to do. Not to say it's going to be easy, because that nothing is ever actually really easy, right? But to say that there are places where we have really strong wiring that we could be working with. So we do coaching on an individual level around this business with the Clifton Strengths metrics specifically, although we do use other metrics because I find any description of personality alignment to be helpful in as much as it is helpful, and nothing tests every element, right? Everything is a little bit different, has a little bit different purpose, and so therefore is a little bit helpful for different reasons. But we practice and we intentionally push ourselves toward the work of alignment in any area, whatever it is that we could be better aligned to either make life better or easier for ourselves, to make the work be better, to make the books be better, to make ourselves more productive. There are a lot of different reasons why we might be doing this work, but in particular, the Quitcast channel specializes in alignment for success, which we have a video primer on that if you'd like to watch it. And then my expertise in having coached a lot of writers in the past. So that means that I know the publishing industry pretty well. It means that I have clients who know the publishing industry well. It means that I have thoughts because I've coached at volume, right? 6,000 authors, individual authors, by the way. This does not include when I speak to groups. This does not include when I talk online to large groups of people, or when I teach a class that includes a lot of different people in it. This only includes, that number is specific, and this is really important. That number only includes people that I have spent a significant amount of time with. And the reason that's so important to me is because absolutely anyone can make assumptions based on having seen a small number of people. And sometimes those assumptions are correct because sometimes the patterns do hold, but sometimes those assumptions are incorrect in terms of application to you as an individual. And the reason this number is so important to me is because those individual people, I get to ask them questions. I get to talk to them. I get to try to understand exactly how this alignment works. which is where some of our other work comes from. Some of you may be here because you've heard me speak at a conference before about the author success archetype. So some of you may be here for that. We are also going to produce content about that. You'll see the Author for Life logo over my shoulder, and we're going to learn more about that in the upcoming year. But there are a lot of things that we do here in terms of there's a lot of different threads that we follow. But the main thread, the thing that we are about, is anyone can tell you what worked for them. And they can say it might not work for you, but they can't tell you why. And they leave you to your own devices. But around here, we specialize in we can tell you why. I can tell you why that's happening. If it's a pattern, we'll follow it. If it's a trauma place, we'll follow it. Whatever it is, we will figure it out, and we will get you as much support as we can get you to help either maximize that talent if it's a talent, or help to heal that spot if that's what needs happening, or do whatever it is that we can do. Whatever resources we can provide, we will provide. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, any of those things interest you at all, please hang out here. Feel free to watch the videos, comment on them. Sometimes we have time to answer the comments, and sometimes we don't, because again, like, there's a lot going on in this author community. But I wanted to come here specifically in this intro to say that I am hopeful about the future of the author community. If you have not yet listened to my video in particular about the golden age of publishing, the gold rush versus the golden age, you need to listen to that video. Because I do believe that we are in the golden age of publishing. And I think it's important to acknowledge that we can have an author career for our lifetime. Author for life is what it's about, right? So, okay, I'm going to stop now. I'm going to let you go watch other videos. Thank you so much for being here. I am excited. I'm so excited for the journey that's ahead of you in the content consumption that we have here and in the coming year and years, because who knows how long this intro video is going to stay up. There will be more opportunities in the future, and I'm also excited for those. So thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy the Quitcast. I will see you soon. Bye.